Hi Rod, this is Margarita Ensko with ReLaunchU. Thank you for subscribing to my blog. And I made this video just to take a moment to answer the question that you asked me when you subscribed. The question was, how do I set a marketing budget, or what are some good ways to set a marketing budget? And I have some great ideas for you that I think you'll find useful. So here we go. What I recommend first is looking at what is a reasonable number or expectation for expenses. And from what I've experienced and what I've read from other experts, the number is pretty big, but it's between 10 to 20% of your annual revenue. Now, if that percent is kind of high or surprising, you can put that in context of 1 to 2% for large corporations or mid-sized corporations. But you have to compare, when you look at the big numbers, if they're pulling in millions of dollars a year, and you as a small company are pulling in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, they really are spending a lot more in their marketing. It just happens to be a smaller amount. And the baseline cost of marketing tools and systems, they don't fluctuate a lot. Big companies order more business cards, but each card costs the same. Lunches cost the same to feed everyone. They just feed more people. Everybody needs a website. Everybody needs to do some form of direct mail. Everybody needs, to use certain marketing tools, and the cost of that is basically the same no matter the size of your organization. So that kind of gives you an idea of why that number is kind of high too, seemingly. So if take a look at your company, and if in the last couple of years you've been spending under 10% in your marketing, 10% of your revenue has gone towards marketing expenses, that's okay as long as you're seeing the growth that you want. If you're not seeing the growth that you want, then you need to see how to pump that up a little bit. And a way to do that maybe for year 2013 is to do some math. First of all, you have to set some goals, and then you have to run some numbers, and you have to have a few strategies in place. So the first goal, of course, for any business is, how much money do I want to make? How much revenue do I want to produce? And from there, then you'll know how many clients you need to acquire, and you can even break that down by month. And then you can look at your marketing systems that you have in place and sales funnel that brings those clients actually in to do business with you. So for example, let's use your website. If there's 500 visitors a month, that's the traffic, and a website conversion rate has been around 1%. Then you may choose to keep doing what you're doing with your website, or maybe you know that your website has a lot more potential if you just put money and effort into it. So maybe you get 2,000 visitors, and then what's 1% of the conversion rate on 2,000 visitors? Or maybe you can bump it up to 2% conversion rate, because if you're improving your website, you can put a lot more elements in place that would increase the response of visitors. Some other things might be our direct mail, a strategy that you have planned for your marketing strategy for the year. Are you going to be networking? What are the expenses involved in networking? How many people you're going to need and convert each month? So that's why you have to have a game plan for the year in a lot of different ways. And then you work out the numbers. Okay, I want to do all this kind of marketing. How much is that going to cost me in general? Does that fall within that reasonable realm of 10 to 20% of my annual revenue? And of course, if that is truly my revenue and truly my expense, am I still getting the profit margin that I need, and so forth? Or do you have to manipulate other expenses and so forth of the business? So I hope this information has been helpful to you. I do know, for me, working with clients where I've done extended coaching support, and that comes from helping them focus on a new niche. They're taking their professional services and focusing on a new type of clientele, and they want to redesign themselves or reintroduce themselves as a business. They easily look at $5,000 to $10,000 in expenses for the year, but usually half of that has to do with some startup or creating the systems in place that they want to build their marketing campaigns upon. So that's what I know, and tell me what you think. Was this information helpful to you? I would love to know. Please do connect with me, and I look forward to maybe working with you or talking with you in the future. And I wish you the best in your business. Have a wonderful day.